NCRP Productions presents Fantasy Flight's Star Wars RPG, Episode 11.
Hello, and welcome to the table in a galaxy far, far away. I'll be your DM, David, tonight. We are going to be playing Fantasy Flight's Star Wars, Age of Rebellion, Edge of Empire, and Force and Destiny.
God, we're playing all of them together.
All of them is
That's
one.
What we're doing.
Got it. There we go. We'd get there. Let's meet our players, starting from our left.
Hello, everybody. This is Josh. I am playing Locke, the Iridonian Zabrak bounty hunter gadgeteer.
Just read it right off your sheet. Don't do it by memory anymore. Hey, this is Barry. I am playing Grist, the squib in the vents.
This is Ty. I'm playing Victus, Twi'lek, Mystic, Makashi Duelist.
Hello everyone, this is David and I'm playing Six, the faleen smuggler, captain of the Rosen Road.
All right. Let's start off by rolling our force points, please. Everyone take that white 12-sided dice and tell me what we got.
Ooh, nice.
I got two white.
I've got two white.
Oh my god. One white,
one dark
two
side.
white, three white.
We got six white, one dark.
Oh my goodness. This is
Six
terrible.
white.
This is
one
terrible, guys. This is
nice.
terrible.
Well, we've got... We
That's
have
the most we've done, yeah.
The Force is with us.
The force is clearly...
Force is on our side today to start with.
Well, clearly, because when we last left our crew, our team was breaking out of their Red Sand Runner prison, Grist helping Locke escape, recovering his armor from the creatures in the little cages in the shield areas, prepping themselves for the gang members on the other side in the atrium. All the while, Victus forcing doors open literally with the force, running in, jumping in to saving of Six, who simply drank a nice drink and watched combat ensue, leaving with a strange call from a shadowy figure and Victus stepping on the throat of the gang leader. The alarm's off.
We never got his name, did we?
No, just poor nameless
Yeah.
main character.
Do you ever get the name of a Rodian in Star Wars? I don't think so.
I mean, we all know Guido.
I guess we do.
Greedo.
All right, I
Yeah.
spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Maybe he has an ID card somewhere. Maybe he has like.
Holy crap! It's Guido too.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's his family and his.
It's
It's his family and his 300 kids because he's.
not a bargaining chip, but just an insurance.
A sign of what we
an
did.
A sign of what we did.
All right.
Let them know we mean business.
Yeah.
So that's where we last left off. Where does our team feel in combat? We left in combat technically. Still happened.
I'd made the call for everyone to assembly in the atrium,
Yep.
and I
from-
shut the alarm off.
And you shut the alarm off.
Do you have our order from last time we played?
Yeah, I still have our order from last time.
Okay.
Essentially, it is my gang members. As you can hear off in the distance, both of you. Where's boss? Come on out. We'll handle this like good people. As you hear kind of like laughing and humor.
That sounded pretty Rodian to me. So from my vantage point, as I'm looking into the open space area, who's talking? The one facing Six's door, or the one facing our door?
One facing Six's door, the guy with the mohawk is
Okay.
talking.
Are you like on the other side of the door from me? You're taking
No,
He's
you're in the vent,
above
right?
you.
Okay,
He's in the
that's
vents
right.
above
Yeah.
you.
You're not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Are they still lined up around both doors?
They're still lined up in the main atrium facing towards...
They're all facing towards Six.
Yeah.
Hey, Locke, they're all facing Six's door now.
So as you hear them kind of call that, you gonna come out or we gotta come in there?
You want to take point on this, or I can if you want me to. Just,
I think I look down. They're yelling from out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys, what are we doing up here? I mean, I've got the vantage point in the vent. They are all facing the door that I'm assuming you two are behind.
How many do you see there, Grist?
I got 11.
well, we're gonna go out. No problem. We're bringing souvenirs.
Yeah.
Locke is currently behind one of the doors. You're
Mark,
still
can
there,
I
right?
ask, how good is your stealth?
Mine? Yeah. I don't have stealth. I'm not trying to hide. I'm
Oh,
just
you're just-
literally standing at the door.
Okay.
The door
you
is
could see
shut,
the
right?
No, the door was opened by
Okay.
Victus with the Force, so it's busted open.
Wrong door.
Mine?
Wrong. Your door is open, not busted open, but your door is open. Their double doors are open.
You're on the other side of the atrium.
You're on the north side. They're at the east side. You got crossfire across these guys.
Okay.
Can I,
thought we were
can I,
going through the
can
same
I
entrance.
replay the message from the cloaked figure?
Oh yes, to remember what happened.
So grab the Rodian's head, Put it on the table. I'll bring up the image of the cloaked figure, and then we'll open the doors and let them see what's transpired.
Well, the door's already open. Because
Oh, that's right. You blew it open.
they're outside gunpoint yelling at us down the hallway.
Okay.
I'm going to take my vibrosphere and kind of spin it and slice the Rhodian's head off.
Okay.
Do I need a roll for that?
No, that's a pretty easy thing to do. God, my guys are really bad at spotting you. I just need you to know this.
Then we should probably just head towards the atrium with you carrying the Rhodian's head. I think that's convincing enough.
All right, if you don't come out on the count of... How high can you guys count? 1! The count of 1, we're going to start blasting in there.
So, I don't say anything, we'll just come out.
All right, as you start coming out...
Say, I'd hate for you to start blasting and meet the same fate as your friend.
I'm walking
Before you had a chance to negotiate and secure your future.
I'm walking to the side of 6.
Okay. You can now see 6 and Victus coming out, Locke. And
Victus, can you stop bullets?
You see quite, as you come out, a lot of guns are pointing to you. A mixture of rifles, slug throwers, hand blasters. There is quite a contingent of men. Some of them are hiding behind crates, but everyone's kind of looking at you. The main person talking is that original person, human, who brought you in, the one with the mohawk.
Okay.
So he's kind of sitting there with blaster on. Hold up. Which one of you whacked the boss?
Who's holding the head?
Victus is holding the head.
I'm holding the head.
He's got the head right in. I was thinking, he has the head right there.
I toss it out into the middle of the room, so pop, 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 pop,
And
rolls.
Dave, for me, from where they're at, do I think I have a better vantage point here, kicking the grate off and shooting from here, or running through the vent to the other side? Do I think I will have a better
This
shot?
would be your best shot because
From
you
where I
don't
am
have
now.
to worry about hitting of your
Okay.
teammates.
So I am literally ready to boot that grate off.
What's your thought process there, Josh? You look concerned.
So I mean, I'm still struggling on the positioning a little bit, and I apologize, but
No worries.
Am I understanding this correctly when I say that 6 and Victus are between us and the source of the voices?
Incorrect. The voices are between us. So you're here in the hallway. You were held here in one of the 2 boxes. The medical was the other box in this hallway.
And so the whole thing didn't
And
go
the
down in
critters are
here.
No, the whole thing, these 2 fought down back here.
Okay.
These guys came out of our area, came into the open space, and now they are lined up facing that way.
And you're facing the back of them.
And we're
Right.
behind them.
Yeah.
And we are behind them.
Yeah.
And your door is open.
And we see approximately 11, 12,
You see 11 guys.
11 guys.
Approximately 12.
Yeah.
It's 11.
So as Victus, as you throw the head, the guy with the mohawk kind of like sees it rolls.
Wait, you threw the head to him or on the floor?
He rolled it along the floor towards them.
Okay.
Plop, 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 plop.
How far is it going to go with all those points on its head?
As the little like
Little ears,
ear
antenna
tendrils
ears.
kind of like catches, it kind of like rolls in a circle back.
Bounces like a rugby ball.
Everyone's kind of like, you can see like everyone's kind of tense as they're all kind of like looking around at each other like what's going on. The guy with the mohawk kind of like looks at it. All right, I guess that makes me the new boss. How about you walk out of here and we have just a good time. I appreciate the work you did getting me promoted.
6. I got a straight shot on him.
I say, I've got a better idea. Why don't you sit back and know your place, and maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky, you'll get a raise.
Locke, you got him in sight?
Let's shoot him.
Nope, not yet.
I like the enthusiasm. Violence! Come on! He doesn't seem to. He's like, he kind of like stops, looks around at his teammates. Well, I mean, guys, you know, what would we be if we weren't Red Sand Runners? If we weren't moving, you know, with Krieg as our boss, now deposed, you know, who could not accept an offer like that? Having an outside force come in as you see him like lower his blaster and take a shot at you.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we're shooting him.
That should be enough, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
Game
afraid
on.
of
Like, if he-
Green light!
I mean, like, we're trained on this guy right now. If, like, if
I don't know if
raises
we're
his blaster-
faster than an actual finger
Finger
pull.
pull, yeah.
Well, I mean, but he raised his blaster. Like, I'm literally sitting here like that.
No, he had the blaster up, right?
Everyone had guns drawn,
all right.
and then he's kind of like doing the showboating talk of like, we have the
Gun,
numbers,
you know,
gun kind of moving around, and then he's pretty much like, what are we doing? And then lowers his hand to like blast out.
He's gonna get some.
He's about to learn real fast as the God. Well, this is really cool. 3 successes, but 3 disadvantage. So, as the person being shot at, you can spend dark side points.
Okay.
Not dark side points.
Or not dark side, sorry, not dark, it can spend my disadvantage, my My threat, sorry, I say disadvantage.
See anything good on there?
Yeah, there's some stuff that you can look at. So his shot hits. He is hitting you for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
As he has hit you with a blaster pistol.
Okay. Now, what can I do to defend against that? Anything?
So it's just
take the 8 damage.
You just got to take minus your soak.
Which is 1.
Okay, so I got 1 soak. All right. I take 7 damage, so 7 wounds.
And then what in the 3 disadvantages there, Ty? What do you think
it would be 11 minus 7.
Okay, gotcha. Right.
What was that?
So my character can suffer strain.
The opponent, so this would be Dave,
Yep.
can spend 2 threat to immediately perform 1 free maneuver in response to the action. So it can't be before, but afterwards you can now do a free maneuver.
Which is what?
Move.
talk?
And not shooting.
Not shooting. Shooting's an
maneuver,
attack,
sorry.
but like you can move, you can get behind Victus, you can like take cover, you can run back.
Or the active character falls prone.
Or you can make my character somehow, or something. Active character grants the enemy a significant advantage on the ongoing encounter, such as accidentally blasting the controls to a bridge he was planning to use for his game.
I will stay in the open.
Okay.
I will smile and say,
Tell him he's not going to get another shot.
Grist, lock, take him down.
Ooh, okay.
So, and I would argue that that maneuver is assist, which adds 1 die to another character's action. Because like, he distracted him, got him focused on him, and now we just have open, clean shots. So
Well, I mean, that would make sense because
that
essentially
costs 2 advantage to do that.
it drops back down to you guys, and the last person who didn't go last time, if I remember, was
fire him.
Victus.
You guys should.
Yeah, Victus would be the last one.
You were the last one who didn't go last time.
Last time we swapped, 6 and I swapped, so
Yeah,
I would be in
that's
the last
right.
position.
Okay, so you are the last position. Is that actually? Sorry, he attacked. My other guys are also going to start blasting because
they're all fire. Oh, all right.
They are on their turn.
And our held actions can't.
We weren't really held.
Well, we were the first. We were the first actions of the round,
But effectively,
Hey, we've got a bunch of these. We've got a bunch of these that you can spend.
You do have a lot of light points. Would you like to take? I could allow that. I was
He allowed me to
cinematic.
interrupt with a light point
so
last time.
each of us would spend a light point to interrupt.
You could do that. Yeah.
Okay, so flip 2 whites.
Okay, all right.
We'll
You
go.
guys can take your shots. Yeah, maybe that'll prevent the other ones from firing. Maybe that'll make them second guess.
It could disperse their attacks, make them split between the two instead of focusing all on you and
Make them
Victus.
not do it at all.
I'll bluff to the bitter end.
All right, so what are we rolling against?
So you're going to be rolling from your guys' position. This is going to be
yeah, we're shooting them in the back.
You're shooting in the
we
back.
Don't care.
Let's honor like thieves, right?
right. This would be a 2 difficulty. You have quite a target-rich environment, so it depends on what you are throwing or shooting.
So, do they appear armored at all? Or are they?
They don't look armored like essentially like you are, where you have like plates, but their leathers look pretty durable. Their gear looks pretty. I wouldn't say it's in any way type of protective, but it's enough to probably stop maybe some melee damage or a blaster bolt here or there.
So did we spend the threats to where we're going to get the blue die?
The blue die from the
benefit
disadvantage.
of
Yes.
And then the other question is, having the shooting in the back, is there any additional thing we will get? Okay.
That is not. Your weapon depends because you guys are shooting from up top. Yeah. And shooting from the ground. Yeah.
Well, apparently the grate got in the way. I have two failures and an advantage.
Okay.
I mean, the grate got in the way, but nobody knows where
One
I'm
more
at.
great.
You know, you blew the grate off.
You dodged the ricochet.
That's what you wanted. Now you have a clear line of sight.
Shit. And are you shooting?
Yeah.
Like he said? Okay. Oh, but I could spend a strain to take another shot.
That will be back on your turn. Remember, this is you
one
using
advantage.
Destiny to essentially have done that held action. So to be sure I have their.
What do you got?
Nothing. 1 advantage.
Okay. As you guys pop off rounds into them,
So I'm going to spend my oh no, I needed to use it to pop off the grate. You can spend a 1 advantage to kick a strain back up.
I don't have any strain.
Okay. You can also add a blue die on the next allied active character's
I'll
check.
use my tracer fire to kind of hone in on him if I take another shot.
For who?
On the
Ally,
guy.
not you. You have to give it to an ally. Blue die to an ally.
Oh.
Give the Victus. He hasn't gone yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope, right. Yeah, you could for Victus.
So yeah, I guess I'll kind of do some suppression fire in that case, and maybe kind of corral him towards Victus.
Gotcha.
Advantage.
let's see
Like
what
he
we
doesn't
got.
hit anything, but it kind of makes him duck down that direction.
Okay, this didn't quite go the way we were hoping. Because my thinking is...
I was kind of hoping that the beheaded leader might have
Well, I'm
swayed
thinking
a little more,
if
but
you'd
they
said
didn't
take
do
him out and we only shot him,
Right,
and we'd
yeah.
actually
That's
hit him,
what I was
that'd be
That's what I
great.
was trying to do.
No, and I was too. I'm just saying that would have been beautiful.
then
But
we might-
instead, I shot the grate and you blasted around him.
Yeah, I just in my mind,
Not as
like
scary.
I shot over his
Yeah.
head.
Right,
and
not
kinda
as scary as we
just-
would
Right,
have
yeah, our gig's up. You know, the con's over.
We don't need a gang anymore.
Yeah, it didn't work.
We didn't need it. So, actually, I forgot to add, because you are behind, you both, Locke and Grist, are technically behind cover. So that would add another black dice. All right, so Locke, will start with you first. As a hailstorm of blaster bolts, slugs begin to pop off on multiple directions, some going Victus and Six's way, some going to Locke. Battle is joined, and this is the thrill of what you were getting hit into. Do you have any armor against range that I need to be aware of?
No, I have no defense. I do
Okay.
have soak.
Okay, perfect. Well, you will take 7 damage from a blaster. You will take 7 strain damage, as one person apparently forgot to turn off their stun.
Now you have strain.
Does strain modify by soak as well, or is it?
It still is reduced. And then 7 points from a slug hitting you as you feel a bullet enter your body.
Oh,
There's 11 dudes in here. It's a lot.
There's a lot of shots
gone with the grenade.
that just went off. As much as you're seeing that, you're also seeing blasters hit against the wall. You're hearing cracks. Some people are just hiding behind boxes and shooting. So that was 3 of those that hit against Locke.
damn.
You got
Are you still alive?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have 5 soak.
Oh, yeah. I only have 1 soak, so.
Soak is pretty important apparently. I mean, 1 soak and 5 soak. Like if you would have taken
And
what
then
I
Grist.
took,
I'd have been dead.
Grist, do you have any
been
armor
12
that I
down.
need to be aware of? Or
No, I'm just
you
inside
have
the
more
grate,
than-
so I
Once
don't
you go to
know.
0, you're dead.
I don't know if they
Yeah.
miss or have partial cover or
Nope,
additional soak or anything.
so one guy misses?
we're swinging above our weight class.
Wow, luckily your position gave you some good advantage. 1 blaster will hit you for 7.
Okay.
You hear another one clang against your, as you kind of sit back, it shoots right under you. The smoke kind of blows up in your face. And then a 3rd guy shoots his friend because he rolled nothing but disadvantage.
Okay.
Stormtrooper.
So that's 6 of the 11 attacked
Yep,
us.
and now so I'm working as it is. They are
Yeah.
hitting different parts of you, so that way I can make sure that I don't just take 1 unit and have 11 people successfully hit a ton of damage. Guys, please, don't do this to me. Victus, apparently as the primary target, 1 person was able to hit you for 7 damage with their blaster pistol, but the rest are kind of blasting around you as they're afraid, and they're kind of ducking behind the shrapnel going from their friends. And then 6, you have 2 people shooting at you. Do you have any other armor or defenses I need
No,
to be
I
aware
have
of?
1 soak.
Okay.
You know, the awe-inspiring presence of my faleen self.
At least 1 will...
It deflects blaster bolts.
The pheromones.
Yeah, it's
Use it as a cloud to hide
to shoot their
yourself.
friends.
And you will take 7 points as a slug hits you.
All right, I'm dead.
Are you dead? Are you?
Yeah.
Oh God, your wounds are down.
I'm negative
Ooh.
3.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, negative 2.
Okay, so damage goes through to you guys. There is enough disadvantage from them to enforce strain. None of them got. The ones that did terrible essentially have suffered their criticals. So I would assume that is what you want them to do, unless you just want to give your guys a ton of strain boost. I'm assuming you'd like to take some out of combat. I apologize for making that decision ahead of you. But with 6 going down, so 6, you are not dead. Right. You're unconscious and dying.
Out of commission.
You're out of commission.
I'm negative 2 wounds.
So essentially,
What does
someone
that mean?
needs to stim pack you up. Your character is essentially bleeding out. You're probably going to be on the ground trying to get yourself to cover. You can't attack back, but you're essentially some way you're just kind of bleeding and rolling around.
Okay.
Is how that will look.
Okay.
Your team can save you.
No!
So that was my creature's turn. Back up to you guys. How do you want to split? So your character,
Well, I haven't gone yet.
Victor still needs to go.
Victus needs to go, so that'll be your turn.
And then it'll be a new round.
And then it'll be a new round. When the new round goes, your teammate, because they are out of commission, does not get a turn.
That's fine.
So how do you die in this?
You die if your team can't bring you back, or if
How much time needs? I mean,
in combat, it's not going to be too bad of it. Let me look up specifically, because even when you exit a combat, you'll be able to get to heal up for it.
It's not 3 rounds.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is not 3 rounds.
Like
It's not
death
9
saving
seconds.
throws.
3 failures.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
Well, but you can also do it faster than 3 failures. If you roll a 1, it counts for 2.
Right. Okay.
So you could technically die in 6 seconds if you roll
Okay.
a 1.
I like that though, because you sustain enough injuries where you could just be dead. Like, I don't know. Everyone should have this sustainability to just live until okay. I'm alive until you can forward heal me. Yeah.
Right. You get shot
Only
in the
way he
face
dies
and
if
you got
nobody
a
has a
hole
stim
in
pack.
your face, then there's no 6 seconds.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, how they kind of explain it, this is again weird with they're trying to be vague and trying not to make it too much of a
Deadly combat.
as a deadly.
game, yeah.
What it is essentially if your wounds. If you like continue to get wounded, so if someone like keeps like stabbing you while you're dying, if you double your wounds, so if you go from like if you have 5 wounds and you go -5 wounds, that'll kill you. If you take so much damage, like I fell from the top of a starship, you're gonna die if it's an unreasonable amount.
So I'm a -2 right now. If I take -11, then I'd be dead.
Yeah, so essentially if you get caught in shots and stuff like that,
Gotcha.
you can do it. The only real way to truly die besides those is on the critical chart.
Gotcha.
So essentially what we can do for that to make it and keep you in the game, I would allow you to do maneuvers as you're just trying to move yourself around. Your maneuver is not like, oh, like I'm going to be able to run as far as...
The half crawl.
like you're just kind of crawling to get to safety. If you have a stim pack on you, I could see that being used.
I don't have a stim pack.
But I would say, yeah, like if injuries, if criticals start to happen, or if we see like, hey, that if you got caught or like caught in the crossfire, we can start rolling on the critical table to see what type of wounds you're going to start living with.
Okay.
All right.
Victus, get her back in the door. Apparently they can't open it anyway.
So so is it my turn?
Yes.
So I want to just paint this picture for everyone because this is kind of epic right now. What's happening? Because I picture this like we go out there, Six the whole campaign. Six's tongue has gotten us out of every situation.
Yeah.
We toss the head out.
I was sure it was going to work.
Exactly. The guy's like nah, and then blasts Six, and then all of a sudden just blast
Everybody
fire.
opens fire.
Yeah. And like including me, I just got hit again. This is the second time I've been shot now, and like I imagine it can be like that, like Saving Private Ryan slow mo, and like I just see like Six go down, like no, and like blasters everywhere, and like everything's just, and then in my earpiece, like that muffled like underwater is just Grist, and then like the air comes back. And then I'm going to flip one of these light side points.
Oh, thank God.
And I would like for the ceiling to be brittle and kind of like falling apart and rusted. And I would like to use force move to pull down the ceiling over this whole atrium. At least attempt to.
Okay.
Are you guys going to die?
I love that. Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, years of corrosive filth and toxic waste definitely... This is huts. They aren't paying to keep this thing in tip-top Durasteel shape. Absolutely. So, use that force. Roll me that dice.
Yeah, so my right hand is going to grab the ceiling and start pulling down. My left, I want to grab Six's body and like push her into the hallway where we were behind, like where we walked out of to get her out of the room. And then, as soon as that hand's free, use both hands to just start pulling down the ceiling around me.
Awesome. Roll me that.
Yeah.
2 dark side points.
Tell me how this works.
This is obviously it's dark side points, so I'm using my anger, my hatred of this situation, my frustration at this. This is the fear of losing a friend. The the idea that someone I know could die is not something I'm familiar with.
The feelings are weird.
Feelings are weird, and the fear itself is scary to me. Not just the fact that they're losing, but the fact that I feel this is not pleasant. And my hatred and anger at the possibility of losing a friend and needing to preserve them powers my emotions, and I just attempt to rip this entire ceiling down into this place.
As an inquisitor, you have no fear. And there you're feeling it.
Now I'm feeling it.
Okay. So yeah, the ceiling has come crumbling down. So are you trying to get the ceiling to like crumble on top of these guys and like...
I mean, I don't know if I'm that precise. I want to cause as much... I want to end the situation.
It's more of a strafing, drop them to the ground than a doing damage.
Yeah.
No, I want the entire ceiling of the whole room.
He is ripping open the church of this Barbie doll house and letting them know.
Roof onto him.
Yeah.
Why is it not going to kill you guys also?
Because they're right at the edge of the door. They're going to step back.
You guys are all essentially in the doorway of this.
I mean, it might hurt me because I'm not the one. I'm not moving. I can't move.
Yeah.
But I pushed Six out of the way to at least preserve her. And you guys are not in the room at all.
It's not going to drop as a pancake. If you pull it down, it's going to collapse to the center.
Yeah.
So.
This thing's a bit bigger than a Rancor, but it does have 2 sliding parts, so I can see.
I mean,
Yeah.
even not even. I'm not looking for something ultimate like I kill everyone, but at least something to cause
Yeah.
chaos.
They all hit the deck.
What I'd say is what you were experiencing is in the swirl of battle and blaster and slugs going out. Just your anger and presence actually probably gives off like almost a tangible feeling to those around you.
Right.
But they can hear that like as the place begins to shake. It's weird because like you don't feel shaking, but you see the walls kind of like as like dust and rust begins to fall, and you can hear the as it is beginning to like shake and bend in, and you can hear parts and beams and girders beginning to crunch under the weight of your legitimate anger at the universe begins to peel. Some of the people, I would say, I would offer a stun for some of the characters as they are legitimately looking up wondering what the hell is going on. I think that would be, yeah, these, let me see if they can pass a fear check real fast. All right, let's see what they're...
I just want to execute all the ones that are
turkey.
distracted. Yeah.
Which ones look up like turkeys? Shoot 'em! Let's see if they can pass. Yeah, I love that one. I would say there are 4 that looked stunned as they're kind of like looking up, like trying to get people like, dude, like, we gotta go. And you hear different languages and like basic being spoken of, like, look up, like, we gotta get out of here. So 6, your power is kicking off. Your strain went. All right, that brings us back up to the top. So you guys have 3 positions. How do you want these positions to be filled?
I think we want Victus to go first.
You want Victus first, or what do you guys? You can all agree.
Locke, you want to go first? I don't mind.
I'm good with going third.
I'm safely in the hallway.
I'll go last since I don't need to do anything.
So Victus
Victus
first.
first.
Okay. So Victus, your turn again.
All right. Well, if I need to, I'll continue doing the force power. If I don't, then I'm going to attempt to run while the debris is falling around me to the doorway where 6 is lying.
Give me another force power because your force is strong enough to move Rancors when you're using the points to upgrade that to that level of strength.
1 dark side point.
Okay. And you canceled out your 3 from last session.
I did.
I know.
I'm still keeping track of all my conflict, though, from
Yep.
the entire campaign. I'm at 5 right now.
Good. So your power activates. Yeah, I would say by this point at least you can see that it's been open. It's beginning to cinch inwards, and then you can hear one of them snap. One of them begins to swing and begins to fall apart as it begins to fall and like swirl down almost like a metal leaf beginning to spin. Everyone kind of begins to jump out of the way and just try to get out of a falling part. Unbelievably, most of them are not going to survive this damage.
Is this falling on top of myself as well?
It is falling on top of the atrium. Let me figure out how I could do this to work.
I mean, it would be, oh, sorry, you go.
When Locke can, he's going to go running after Victus to pull him out of the situation. Like, he might be like focusing on thing, and Locke's just gonna be like, fuck this fucking like, and just run in there and grab him by the waist and pull him back out the door.
Ooh.
I love that.
Okay. Would you like to burn a white side
Yes.
point to act out of your turn to do that?
I would love to do that.
Okay, because I can. I like where that's going. I like how that plays.
Like, I'm just not. Like,
And the
Locke's-
reason no one does anything is he's running across the hallway is they're all looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
yeah. That
You're
would
like running, there's like rubble falling around you. You're like,
Yeah.
like in between.
I'm just fed up with
nail Victus in your first hand as you come across, and as you're finishing the leap, you grab 6 by the boots and fling him
I
in
thought
and
Six
right through
was
the
already
door.
slid
is
out
safe.
through the doorway. Like 6 was slid.
Yeah,
You're like
he-
tackling
he
me
threw-
into the doorway.
Yeah.
He threw 6 back.
Then your right hand goes and shuts the door.
Yeah.
The door's broken, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So
But
he-
they're gonna be a new door there in a minute.
Yeah, so you're essentially running through blaster fire and slug throwers. You're pretty much like shoving past people, I would imagine. Are you gonna? So I would imagine you're tackling Victus into the same hallway that he pushed 6 into.
Exactly. Yeah.
As you kind of like tackle, drag him in. At that time, as it comes down, Grist, you are seeing this happen. As you see Locke like tear through. You have a bird's eye kind of view from this. You see the piece come crushing down and crushing a lot of these people. You can't hear or see from the sound of ringing dust and rust lifted into the air. Everyone's kind of coughing. You hear just that going through your ears. Your comms are definitely having problems. I would say from just the force of that coming down, concussive energy would cause about, I want to say like 5 points of damage. Soak would still absorb as you're for everyone, as essentially just the amount of kinetic energy pushed through.
To all of us?
Yeah. You would probably be far enough back, because he pushed you back all the way into the control room. I would say 6 would be safe at that point. But the rest of you is kind of like are being lifted and pushed from the size of this material being dropped into this room. The air pressure is pushing you around, kind of like leaves in a cup. Okay. As the air lifts, you can see that the red lights of emergency have been on. 6, you can, as you're fading in and out, you can see and hear probably people talking. Victus and Locke, you guys can't see as you look back. The grate has cinched itself. What you see kind of inside are some other people who, to call them humanoid is what you remember them to be. There are some stains, like an arm sticking out. These people were crushed under the weight of this. This thing has kind of wedged itself. You see a bit of light coming in, but you guys are definitely on emergency power as something happened. Maybe a wire got cut somewhere. Locke, as the dust begins to settle, you hear the wails of some of the gang members from outside behind. And Grist, you can see as the dust moves away. You can see people are screaming. You can see some are definitely like under it. You can see only the top as they are like bleeding out.
Well, there's not much I'm going to see.
Yeah.
Because of my action, as soon as Locke is racing across, I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah.
So I'm now going to run the entire ventways around to the other side.
Okay.
And as fast as I can. I don't know if I can spend a strain to do an additional action, but I am using whatever I can do to get around to the other side.
Yeah.
And as I feel that concussive force, as I'm coming around one of the sides, wham! I get slammed into the wall from one of the vent sides.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell was that? You guys okay? Anyone? Anyone? But I'm continuing to run that way.
Yeah, as you're kind of like, the lucky part is you're in a tunnel, so
right.
It's easy to just go forward as you're like, my hands could just pull me, I don't need to see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit.
You can hear, like you just hear the wails echoing through the vents of, different species kind of crying for help. But as you see, it's harder because where the light was clear coming through, there's now a red tinge. You think emergency power has come on. Essentially, for the sake of this, you guys have exited combat.
Well, I'm going to continue my run then.
Yeah.
My objective is to get what I think is around the complete outside and into that hallway. So at this point, if I can see every entrance through the grate that I can look through, I'm looking through to see if I see any of them.
Okay. It'll take you a bit, but you are able to see into that command center. You can see, what are you guys up to?
Okay, so here's my perspective. Like, as soon as Locke tackles Victus outside of the hallway, as soon as we're outside and shit crumbles and the dust starts to come down, as soon as Locke can get up, he's angry and he's mad at his team. He's mad at Victus and he's mad at 6, but not quite as mad as he is at Victus. So as soon as he stands up, he's going to start rushing towards 6 to use his stim pack on her. But while he's running over there, he's like, "What the hell do you think this is, Victus? Amateur hour at the Mos Eisley Cantina? You want to be on a team? You need to learn how to work on a team." And he's like sitting there trying to get 6 back up while he's yelling at Victus over the comms.
I'm gonna just like pick myself up and be like, "I'm the one who just saved our asses. I don't know what you're complaining about."
Tell me when I'm there.
You guys are going. This is still yours.
Yeah. So like I'm just like patting my suit down, looking for my stim pack to try to figure out what's going on with 6 and get her back on her feet at least for a second.
You can after you find it, you can just how stim packs works. Just a simple.
That heals 5.
Yep, heals 5.
All right, so that puts me at 3.
And I'll turn over and I'll look over my shoulder at Victus, and it's not about who did what here. You could have got yourselves killed. You could have got us all killed in this. We'll talk about this later, though. There's no time to argue about it right now.
On that we agree, and I sheathe my spear.
Yes.
I'll
get back to 6. Thank God. You're not going to stab me. I appreciate that, Victus. Thank God.
I like that 6 is just legitimately like, he
shot me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've never been shot before. This hurts. Ow! Why do we do this?
Just stay on the ship.
Gris, this is about when you start hearing like their argument finish, and you just hear 6.
So I can see one of the grills.
You see through, and you can hear 6.
So I'm gonna shoulder the grill out of place and drop down. I don't know if you want me to roll anything.
No, you just kind of tumble down.
So now I'm looking around. Somebody could have said something. And I'm looking around for 6.
I'm standing right there.
6 is bleeding out. There's a nice.
Not standing.
You're still laying down, right?
Yeah, maybe I'm laying down. I'm a walk.
You look wounded.
I'm kind of like, man, they stopped me.
So she's not looking good. Is Locke still leaning over her?
Locke,
trying to apply a stim
like
patch.
you probably stemmed him.
I'm going to run up and push him out of the way. Get back! Stim patch.
All right, you got another stim. So this heals 4 because
so it's 4.
essentially
Now I'm up to 7.
you're getting hit with a nice pack of heal juice, and it gets less effective the more it goes through.
I'm going to do a med roll.
Okay, medicine.
Against?
This will be. You're trying to see for her wounds. Give me. This would be 2 difficulty, and I'm going to say 1 black just because it's pretty dark. There's the mixture of dust in the air. There's already a lot of blood. Falling blood's probably not red, but it's a dark color.
I have 1 threat net.
Okay, it's hard to make out. She's the
She's in terrible shape. We got to get her out of here. We got to get back to the ship. I think we go through the vents.
It's a great idea. The vents. Wait a minute.
What I just came out. The other side of
your way back to the ship.
Yeah, that was my thought. Are we doing something else?
I mean, if you know your way back. Well, I think the negotiations are over here.
Victor's gonna be like, yeah, well, that's an understatement.
Actually, let's get back to the
We're all still sizzling from laser.
Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
Smoking.
Was there anything we should grab? Now that I'm actually thinking about it.
So in this room, this was that command room you guys have been in before. There's a nice headless Rhodian in a chair. Let's start with that. It's a nice chair. Was nice. It's now covered in Rhodian gore. There's a nice bed. For your region, there are 2 chests that were open. There is the command desk, which is the control panel. You already have the information from the shadowy figure and the coordinates.
I guess the question is there anything standing up obvious that I would see that I would grab? Ball, weapon.
What you do see, besides the nice set of Pazak cards he has, in one of the chests, you can see that he has it kind of like disassembled and a few ammo with it. There looks like some type of gun there. It looks old, and just based on the ammunition, they contain these weird, strange, like length or like rectangle pellets. They have like red at the top of them. You can see there's ball bearings inside of them.
It looks cool, but there's no way Gris would pick that up.
The gun has some type of like cocking mechanism.
Yeah, no, there's no way Gris would pick that up.
It's an old slug thrower of some sort.
So I'm going to be looking. Are we going? Are we doing the vents? How's we getting out of here?
You checked the desk already?
Yeah, when you check his desk, you can see that easily, especially with the ceiling falling down, the hidden like panel kind of like propped open, and you can see on the ground there's about 500 credits he had hidden.
Locke grabs the slug.
Write her down.
I'll grab the Pazak cards.
All right. Locke,
what the hell? It's not a scavenger hunt. Let's go!
Locke, just to give you a heads up, you would find this out. You have the Adestic Arms 8-gauge scattergun.
That sounds fun.
You have a shotgun.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
This is what I've always wanted. I forgive all this.
He was gonna go for the shotgun and start blasting, but you guys are like, nah. Let's attack this poor Rhodian.
Yeah. I think we were justified then.
Yeah. It has blast 3 knocked
I'm
down.
gonna grab the cards and then start working my way up into the vent after
blast 3 means it does 3 damage to all adjacent targets.
Oh, man, I got a new main weapon.
Yeah. Guys, guess what? I got advantages.
Man, it's perfect.
You have 5 rounds. That's what he has.
Okay.
Yeah. So you take the gun, the ammo, the credits.
So if they're doing this, I'm not comfortable. So I'm gonna go back to the direction of the door and see if anyone's getting up. I still have weapons in hand.
I don't go up into the vents until Gris goes up first, because
Yeah.
he obviously knows the way back to the ship.
As you go back, you can see that you're pretty cinched in.
Okay, I come back. Hey, so we're locked in here. We've got time. Vents? Is there another way out?
It doesn't look like it, right? It looks like it's.
It looks like it's it. You can check at the command panel, kind of like the system of like what the layout of the place looks like.
Cut my fingers across, the fireman's grip. Look at Victus. Ready?
For what?
Get into the vents. Get me up there.
Oh, you up there. Yeah, I'll put my hands down and help Grist up.
Leap in.
I'm pretty tired. I'm not wasting my force powers on this.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to leap in. Do you want me to roll anything?
Nope.
All right. So at this point, I'm going to stand there because Six has already said she's waiting for me. So I'm waiting to try and help her up.
All right. Then so next would be 6. So Grist first, then 6, and then what about you two? Locke and Victus, who's going next?
I'm going to look at him like, I'm going to get us going because really no way I can help
I'm
you
still
guys.
admiring my shotgun.
Yeah.
He's putting it together.
Yes. Okay.
I see Locke over there looking at his shotgun. We're not exactly on the best terms right now, so I don't wait around to help him up. I just jump up into the vent.
All right.
Do I need to make a roll because I'm doing unassisted?
Yeah, this would be an unassisted athletics.
Not coordination or anything.
I could see, so you're trying to agilely jump in there and go.
I'm just
versus like a pull up. So that would be the difference between like coordination and athletics. Athletics is like the physical pull up.
Yeah, whatever you think is more appropriate.
I would say for your character it would make sense for coordination, as your
Alright.
character's more agile, less physical.
Okay. And rolling against.
This is a 2 difficulty.
Okay. Please don't embarrass me.
Mainly just because you are trying to get up.
Yeah, we're good. 3 success, 2 advantage.
Easy peasy in there. Just like pretty much jump in and slide out.
Yep.
All right, Locke.
So yeah, I'll go ahead. Jump up unassisted. I achieved 2 successes.
Beautiful. As you guys make it into the vent, you can easily see, following behind Six's figure, Grist kind of leading the way through tunnels.
It's up here. Watch out for that. That's where I got blown into the side.
Grist, where are you trying to lead him to?
I'm trying to lead him back around the circle and then out the front, which is the way we came in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which should put us on, when we go out, should put us out on top of the building.
As you guys are crawling through, you can see, looking through the vents, those that survived, as we asked before, there is no honor among thieves. Essentially, you literally see some that are just trying to flee and get the hell out of here. You see some that are definitely less than honorable and are looting their friends. There's about one who's like trying to lift and get others to help them. You make your way through the restroom areas, the relaxation areas.
Ceiling down.
Yeah.
You brought the open vent of this sewage drop down. Yeah, you guys are able to make it out and
Back to the ship.
and pretty much on the top of this dump area. You guys are gonna make it all the way back to the ship. These guys don't seem to care.
I think we've done enough damage here. There's a big
Get
hole.
the hell
It's
out of
like a
here.
big hole further down the roof from where we're standing.
Oh yeah, when you look, you can see that there's just like
it's bent in.
it's just hanging open. As you just hear that kind of as wind blows, you just hear kind of that jug sound. That.
All right, so once we're at the ship, before I get on the ship, I am going to de-dust myself. I'm going to shake and then kind of rub my head and my ears. Well, that didn't really go that well. Did we get anything out of it? Don't say the shotgun.
Well, we took care of the red sand runners, which were the pain in the butt of JR.
That's good. Okay.
We instilled a
KR?
little bit of a
KR.
mutiny.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
And we do have an opportunity to meet up with whoever was funding this project if we see fit,
what?
or we can get out of here.
Wait, well, hold on.
There was a cloaked figure that came up after we killed the Rhodian that said, meet me at these coordinates once you're done handling your business there.
You don't think KR is going to have a problem with us moonlighting?
KR doesn't
Well,
know.
I mean, KR doesn't know is not going to hurt him at this point.
Okay.
I mean, we can either, but we may be getting into something more than what we want to. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. But there is an opportunity there.
Do you guys remember who was backing the Red Sun Runners?
The Black Sun Syndicate.
Black Sun Syndicate was
Yes.
backing. This is where they were getting their parts from. So that might be the person on that home.
If we're going to take it any further than this, we definitely need to back up and have a post-operation discussion about what exactly mistakes were made here and what we could have done to do better here. Because I really think there was some obvious, blatant disregard for general protocol.
Are we
for this
standing
mission.
on the ramp of the
I
ship
agree.
right now?
You should-
No, everybody into the ship because this ship's leaving.
Yeah, no, we're walking in. We can
Yeah,
walk in it.
you're pretty much like
and talking.
walking, dusting, throwing
Yeah.
your bags down, yeah.
We have luggage.
Well, I mean, you
Well,
have your belt, you have his new
have
gun, his
several
backpack.
pieces.
I have more stuff for the med bay.
I have a deck of cards in my pocket. I'm heading to the cockpit.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Where are you going to try to fly these people?
Hey, these people. Oh, wait, these guys?
Yeah.
Us? We're a crew here.
Yeah,
We're gonna.
Back to KR.
Yeah, let's go back to KR and deal with that first.
Oh, by the way, 6. I dropped the little baggie. I got something for the Jawas.
What is that?
He found
Red
2 bags,
crystals.
yeah, red sand.
Oh, red sand. Like we hauled
Yeah,
a bunch of that
I
earlier on.
have a bag of red crystals.
There you go. Nice, nice.
So
And can I flip a
Destiny, yes.
Can I flip a white side point to have grabbed a second bag of treats and give them to Grist?
A second bag of dog treats.
Yeah, because
Was there a second bag?
Cat likes
Well,
those
welcome
dog
to
treats.
Destiny.
Lot
There
thinks
canonically
Grist wanted
apparently
treats
was.
to
Yeah.
eat, not for distraction.
Something to eat.
I'm gonna say, oh, and I got you something too, buddy.
That pair of-
I'm gonna pick them excited until I open them, and then my ears
Oh,
are
yeah,
gonna
the
droop,
dog
and I'm gonna
chocolate.
kind of look at it and go, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
No
put
blood
those.
chicken.
Actually, I'm gonna go put those in the commissary.
I'm gonna start walking towards my room.
Gotcha.
Even though I know Locke is trying to engage in a conversation, I'm going to continue walking to my room.
I'm gonna make sure I'm being followed by anyone.
You guys took the command comm from the.
Of course we did.
Yeah. So, not the
Six
entire
had it,
console.
never
You
gave
took
it up.
Yeah, you.
Oh
you
right,
showed-
I did have that. Yeah, comlink. That's right. Because I used that to send out that message to everyone.
Yeah.
Surprised that nobody wanted to at least hear out what we were going to offer.
Nah.
Not a single one of them.
They're pretty loyal. for
or
crappy game members, they were pretty loyal.
They're gang members. Their loyalty is fed by greed.
Greed.
The moment I get into my room, like the moment the door closes, I'm gonna collapse. Like I'm so I couldn't let that be seen in front of people, but
Yeah.
like my character is like physically strained. I know maybe not rules wise at my limit of strain, but role playing wise, completely tapped.
Gotcha.
So I remember that Six had said that we needed to make a decision, but since I don't hear anything, I'm gonna do we have a back to dip or
Yeah,
A back to dip.
like a back to tank.
Oh no!
But, you know, like, just
those
for
things are
feet.
expensive
Yeah,
and
right,
hard
we
to
can't-
find.
so is there something in the med bay that I will be able to heal myself with other than stim patch?
Essentially, you can heal by resting.
Okay.
That'll regain wounds and strain.
So
You-
until I get called, I'm going to my bunk.
Until you get a critical injury, then you need 1 full week of rest
I'll be able to.
to heal.
Yeah.
We're going to go to
Heal.
space and just
Like-
rest.
So
Yeah.
I'm
What
gonna
else are you gonna do in space?
I'm gonna flip a dark side point.
Uh-oh.
As you guys are having this talk, let me give you back one of those because you're getting low, and I don't want you to feel bad that I have. You only had one, so let me give you one more back.
Appreciate that very
I'm trying to be. As you guys are kind of having this talk, you're setting coordinates, taking them into space.
Well, we're not going to space because we're on the same planet.
Did you want to go into space to relax? Or?
Well, we need to heal. So I think the best place to regroup and figure out what our next steps are is just to go ahead and get in. Get off the system for a minute. We can always come back.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah.
that's not my way.
Don't
Right.
argue-
I'm
don't
flying
argue
this.
with the
I'm flying
captain.
this bird into space.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not aware of this. I'm just in my room
yeah,
asleep.
you passed out.
Yeah, once Locke realized that Victus was going to sleep and that this wasn't the best time to have this discussion, he also goes to sleep.
On why this is all happening, essentially that comm blinks and begins to blink again and keeps blinking. You don't see this as you're piloting your way into space, flying through the oncoming
I think
space
we need to get rid of
track.
this thing if we're not.
As far as you
We're
can
all
tell,
asleep.
you don't hear anything. You're flying. This is essentially in the seat behind you, blinking.
Okay.
And you're the one who took the most damage, and we're all
Yeah.
resting, and you're flying
So-
the ship. So
It's just a this is just a movie thing.
All right.
That's that way the
Blip,
listeners
blip,
know
blip,
that
blip,
hey,
blip, blip. All right.
yeah.
Double tracking us.
Yep. Essentially,
I got a
possibly.
few tricks up my sleeve.
So you guys are resting. We'll say a couple hours go by as you're just kind of setting. Are you setting to cruise, just
Yeah,
continuously?
we're just
move?
cruising. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Do you guys want to do anything? You're pretty much rested. Do you want to have talks, anything like that?
Well, once we're done with rest, if any call goes through,
If we're resting, what do we heal? Or we need to sit around for a week.
You don't need to sit around for a week because none of you have wounds.
Like critical.
No, critical wounds. Let me be very clear. Yeah, critical wounds. What you do heal is you can roll your cool to gain back health immediately,
Okay, so-
or you can heal your strain over 1 full day, or 1 wound a night.
All right, so I'm rolling my cool.
Yep.
and one success is one.
Is 1 health,
Boom.
and 1 advantage
Look at
is
that.
1 strain.
So I got 4 successes and 1 advantage. So I heal what? 4 wounds and 1 strain?
Yeah. So if it's the success, that is a wound.
Okay.
The advantage.
I'm
is
fully
strain.
healed and down the strain. That's pretty cool. That worked out nice.
well, I'm not very good at healing. So if we have a week, can I just heal one?
I don't think we're even spending a
You're
week.
not
only
getting
have a
the full
couple
week,
hours.
so you're getting a couple hours
I
rest.
guess
This
that's
is essentially as you
So
took a.
strain heals by hour.
Oh.
Wounds. I'm sorry. Yeah, strain heals by hour. Wound heals by day.
No. Both wounds and strain heal, but on a day basis, one full day heals strain fully, but it only heals one.
We're not doing a full day right
now.
now.
This
Okay.
We're not healing any strain right now. We're healing only our cool.
What you healed was essentially your body just naturally relaxed, the adrenaline kicked down. It's just you kind of like stretched, moved on, and continued going.
Yeah,
it would be the equivalent of D&D second
Not
winding.
very cool. So.
Me neither.
It's a free thing you get to do exiting combat, so it's always a thing to do.
I used another stim pack.
Why you guys are kind of sitting here? Do you guys like meet together to talk about your next plans? What's up?
Yeah.
Only if somebody lets me know.
Yeah, if it's someone I, radio in and be like, hey, should we all talk about, what we want to do next? We got some choices to make.
Did you wake up like with the combi in my ear? Like, what the fuck?
I'm sitting on autopilot and go into the main area and hang out
Go
area.
to the galley.
I imagine you got a nice
The galley and wait for everyone to kick my
you
feet up and
I'm assuming because remember you did install that music, so there's probably just like or maybe there's off in the distance your galactic network playing like news as you hear like Chupa J Wenge. It's like the soccer or the hut ball games going on, like whatever you have going. So
all right,
what do you guys do?
I'll go to the kitchen or whatever passes for a kitchen in this rust bucket,
The galley.
And I'm going to stand against the wall, my arms crossed. Why aren't we going back to KR?
Was that what we want to do?
I mean, that's the job, right?
So Locke's like sitting over in the corner. He's got some of his armored clothing. He's like working on polishing up some of the damage that occurred.
With a toothbrush.
Just trying to,
Yeah, do we want to go back to KR or do we want to go meet up with this Black Sun runner?
Well,
Or this Black Sun Syndicate fellow?
Well, what does everyone know about the Black Sun? And I'm willing to make a streetwise roll.
This would be an underworld roll.
I'm willing to make the underworld roll.
Six has the history with the Black Sun. So I think
This is 4 purple without people who know it for extreme knowledge, 3 for those who do.
Let's see, underworld.
Well, actually, let me pause right there. What
underworld.
type of knowledge are you looking for?
I have underworld.
Just base.
What I know.
Okay, then that would be a 4. Yeah.
I have underworld, so
nice, succeeds.
2 success, 2 threat.
Okay.
so
It's always good to have. Would you like to help?
Okay,
with,
I'm gonna try and help. This is against
6?
what?
Well, you can remember. You guys can work together. As
I can work together to help.
I got 1 success.
So what am I rolling that? Am I rolling mine against 4 purple?
You're going to be rolling yours against 3.
Okay.
You get to add a blue because
We've
you
heard
have
of the Black Sun even if we don't know it.
Even if you don't know it, everyone's heard of it, but it's what have you heard about it and what's accurate.
What is they're like a competitor to the huts, though? Like I can put 2 and 2
3,
together. If we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing 2 of the competition.
I got 1 failure.
Okay. So we'll start with the lowest. So you only had 1 failure.
Yep.
I had
Victus, what did you
a
get?
total of 1 failure, 2 threat.
Okay. So Victus, you knew Black Sun before your time in Cryo. Black Sun was just beginning, or wasn't just beginning, but they were like a pretty prominent name. You know that they have a real problem with the huts. The Hut Cartel is one of the major syndicates. Black Sun are next. The only people worse than both of those are the Pikes.
What about the Zon Consortium?
The Zon Consortium was coming up and beginning to go there, but the Zon Consortium is considered a legit business that also happens to have gang affiliations.
Got it.
They try not to make it public, but you know Black Suns is legitimately, we identify as a gang. We do not identify as a business.
Cool.
Next one. Who had next highest after that? Or the 1 failure?
I have 1 failure.
I'll save yours for a special
I had just
connection.
1 success.
1 success, and then so Locke, with your history with probably doing business with the huts, you know it's an issue for hunters, bounty hunters, and the Hunt Guild. Some targets you may or may not have taken because it would have put you in a problem with the Black Sun. It would have put you in a problem with the huts. I don't know if that was a political thing that maybe you chose to do.
Definitely. I mean, I don't want a lot of a lot of noise and opposition. Like I just want to do my job, get paid for it, and move on to brighter and greener pastures. Like I don't want to create drama. I don't want to get indebted to a gang. Particularly, I don't want to do so many jobs for the same employer that they somehow build some sense of obligation with me. I don't, So I specifically switch employers frequently so that doesn't happen.
And that is very much a fact. If you can make great money doing side jobs for gangs, for syndicates, if you do, you will be rewarded well. But if you are caught in the wrong territory or being too much renown or infamy, that punishment is just as equal and bad. You know, again, the Hutts are terrible,
Right.
but they're birdie forward. They
Don't want to
decapitate
get
you,
too
bring
far
it
above
in.
the radar on any gangs,
Yeah.
notice. I just want to do a few jobs here and there, move on to a different gang if that's
Yeah.
something that happened in my past.
Very much so. And that's a great way for bounty hunters to get hired as well. If you do anything, that's how people pick. They find pod racers, they find dancers, they find talent amongst everything around you and what everything you guys do for a living. And then
Two
Gris,
successes, 2 threat.
2 successes, 2 threat. Gris, you would know that the Black Sun deal largely in weapons. They deal largely in personnel. That doesn't mean just like slavers and dancers. They pretty much are expensive. Think of them as like black ops. You hire them to do it. You don't hire them for muscle. You hire them to get a job done. That is what you would know with yours.
So
And-
for me, in the way that I envisioned the character coming off planet and slowly working his way through things, did I take a job against them, or do you envision that I basically skirted a job with them? How do I end up knowing this?
I would say 2 possible options, and I think probably both could have happened. So, as a young creature out into the world, you probably met people who offered you opportunities, and
Sure.
Grist, your natural personality to grab and pick up things probably got you in trouble. And so you were probably asked to do some jobs that you didn't realize were for the Black Sun.
Okay.
But when you quickly found out when you did, when probably one of your friends who was helping like educate you about the streets.
Damn, kidding me?
No, he's like, let's do it. And then you found his body. And this was not a blaster like shot to the chest. Like what you found was
Like a Black Sun necktie?
no, what you found is you have probably seen a Lasat. They are kind of like large cat creatures as well. Like they're kind of like,
Very rare too.
they're very rare. They're purple, like furred skinned, bipedal, almost monkey cat kind of creatures.
Monkey cat.
But a thing you saw is like you saw his body like nailed to a wall with blood coming from his ears. You know that Lasats have very great hearing. Essentially, they sonic gunned his ears until his brain melted out. And it was identified by the single black dot with the circle around it in the forehead, identifying it as a Black Sun kill.
Okay.
So whatever he did, you knew he kept getting into jobs that you're like, hey man, like I'll do little things, but he's the one like, no, like we need to make more money, we can do it. He probably screwed up somewhere big.
Okay.
And then 6, your personal history with them is you ran with them, picked for your ship as a great smuggling device. You know you made some good training and good money, but they're pretty unforgiving and strict. And I think that's probably why you
Probably
left.
should probably avoid these guys if at all possible.
You know a few other people, they have major domos just like Hutts, but they love to piss off Hutts. So for them to be here and to start doing what they were doing with the Red Sand Runners, this is definitely in their motif, their
wheelhouse.
MO, that they're gonna like undercut this thing, bring it. Their probably next step would have been to come in and start blatantly just telling the people that the Hutts are failing them and that they can sell good quality. So they use some type of subsidiary to sabotage the economy and then move in. But you know they're ruthless. You can make good money if you're their friends, and if you're in their territory, you are well protected. But if you screw up or you do not please them, there's pretty much one and done opportunities.
That's because they weren't in space.
So you guys like to have that talk?
I mean, what are our next steps? We just go back to KR and finish our business, and
I think that'd be best.
okay.
They're not good people. I mean, if you're sure it's Black Sun, I ran with the Lasat for a while, and it was ugly what they did to him. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he made a mistake or got greedy or got stupid or even just failed, but it was not good. I vote for no.
All right. Let's go back to KR then.
Just one question, Victus and 6. What possibly motivated the two of you to raise arms whenever you were on your own without any backup? I mean, you could have let us know what you were doing. I just have to get this out there. I would love to just go back to KR and forget this ever happened, but my conscience begs otherwise, and I just want to know, like, what were you thinking? What's going on?
Are you talking about
I said
how I got into the room with 6?
I mean, I have no idea what you
Because
did.
all
All I know is
that
the alarm went
somebody
off.
triggered the alarm.
I was invited, and he set the alarm off on his own. He didn't like what he was hearing.
Wait, the Rhodian guy?
Yeah. You set off the
And,
alarm.
and how did you, Victus, find yourself in the midst of the action while Grist and I were still playing with the pets?
Well, the plant, I don't know
Well,
nothing
I
about
can
no-
tell you that one. I was getting you out, and Victor was going to get 6.
I mean, well, please clarify. Was 6 in a position where she was about to die if Victus didn't intervene? Was
No, Victus.
that the
Sorry,
circumstances?
I almost started talking in the third person. What I was doing was waiting for the signal to go in, but all of that went out the window as soon as somebody triggered the alarm. And at that point, it takes more of a man of action than a man of, well,
Captivity.
other dispositions.
You know, I agree that initiative is a very valuable thing to take in certain circumstances, but in this particular one, we're outgunned, we're outmanned. We have half of our teammate in prison, and it's not the right call to make to just run off.
So you thought it would
All
be best
road.
to leave 6 alone in there and wait for you to get out of your cage.
I think you should have communicated with the team, and I think you should have bided your time until we could all regroup and attack in force. I think looking at
And just wait for all the 11 dudes to show up into the room with me behind that door.
As this is happening, I'm gonna flip another black token.
Oh.
Because again, I'm a giver, right, guys? I want you to know that. I like it. As you guys are having this talk,
I am exactly where I wanted to.
yep. As this happens, the same as that's almost split second. You 6 hear your ship's alarm system go off as something has entered your radar range.
All right.
You hear whoop 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 whoop.
the hell is
As
that?
that does, you hear all of a sudden the ship boom and shakes.
Oh, man.
As
Hey, whoa.
So I'm
something
looking around.
something has hit through it. What do you guys do?
I'm sprinting to the
I
lizards.
want to find out exactly what it was that hit us.
What should I do?
Yeah. 6, so you're running to the cockpit to figure out what's
Hey!
going on.
I'm running with, it's
Did
with
we
him to the cockpit.
Did we
Son of a
determine this thing
bitch!
has a belly mount
Yeah.
or a back?
This has it should have I
now?
believe
It's
the
got-
2. It's the
yeah,
one on the
it's-
top, one on the bottom.
Yeah, it's got a forward and an aft.
So I'm running with them to the cockpit.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you run to the cockpit, 6, you begin to like hit the buttons to turn off the alarms.
And what the hell what are we dealing with here?
So as you're flying through space, what you can see directly in front of you is one ship, but your radar is picking up at least one other. So directly in front of you is an old style ship. This is it almost looks like a flying like quadcopter with like wings attached shield from it. It has the emblazoned dot with black circle around it. In front of it, you can see that it has its shields up and its blasters mounted forward. You can hear like on your device, on your comm channel, doot doot doot. Someone is trying to hail you.
That's them. That's the sign. That was on him. That was on the other side.
That was the sun on the little side.
Dad, the one, my friend. Well,
Black
you know what,
Sun.
Daniel?
Okay.
That's the Black
Do
Sun.
I recognize that as the Black
That
Sun?
you know
Syndicate?
this is the Black Sun Syndicate has sent a ship after. This is an old ship. This isn't one that you've seen. They tend to like newer models, so you're wondering if this is, what's going on here.
That's
But-
weird that they only sent one.
Well, my sensors are picking up another ship somewhere. So all my shields are up. I'm gonna take evasive maneuvers.
Okay, you're not going to answer the call?
I'm gonna answer the call at the same time.
Okay.
I am running to where I remember another window is.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go window to window, see if
There's
I
a
can find the
window
other ship.
on the top
Cockpit,
lasers.
yeah.
There's
You
one on
can
the
go
top
to,
laser,
but
the
nobody's
bottom
told me to
laser,
go there, so
or
I'm
the
running
front.
around.
As you're,
Eventually, I can run up there and figure that out.
as you're kind of like taking off and flying, as you turn, the one in front of you, you can see on the radar it vanishes. There's one that still appears, and all of a sudden a third one appears as you kind of see it tick up. It was in your ship's blind radar spot.
There's 3 ships.
There's 3 ships.
Okay.
But you begin to like peel out them again. There's 3 spots. They can't cover you 360 degrees.
Right.
But you begin to peel out. You can see that blaster fire starts to go around the ship.
So I got the second one and it's shooting.
As that bot just keeps going off, Grist is
I
yelling.
start making the calculations, make the jump to light speed.
All right, and that is where we will pull up to
God.
it as combat begins to engage.
Damn, space combat.
All righty.
We're going to be
next
entering
week.
space combat, gentlemen and gentlewomen.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. That's ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons: MD Parker 4, Chef Francis, Crowman76, Loading Madcat, M. Coling, November Stevenson, and Rosix13. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.